Hey everybody, what is going on? My name is, as you know, Rundown. It's been a long time since I put a video out. So, this is me playing Shadows of War, and the reason I was like, you know what, I want to post this, is I was in an area, I'm level 8, if you can't see that here, and I'm in this area that is spawning infinite enemies. So here's what happened. I was just kind of chilling out max and relaxing all cool, and shooting some b-ball over there, and I got down to maybe 10 enemies left in the area. And then I turn around, and then there was suddenly, I had to have been 50 or 60 enemies just came out from behind a cart. You'll hear me talk during the this thing because my mic was on, so this is just me like having a normal conversation. I kind of run around looking for people to suck the life force out of. But it was so bizarre and just so funny to me, and I wanted to see how long I could last, that I decided, you know what, I'm going to record. Also, that was #worth. I'm playing on hard, so there's like easy, normal, hard, very hard, and what were you thinking? So right now I'm on hard. I've never played the game before, but look at this, like they just, that area over there, so the area where there's two little, oh, now there's just one, like he's apparently stuck behind a truck. Or like, not truck, but like he's stuck behind something, and he just keeps spawning more of himself, and he's an archer, so there's just a billion archers right now, and I'm basically trying to see how long I can last against them. I figured, it'd be a fun video to put a commentary up for, and also just kind of catch everybody up on stuff, because I have like another video I was going to post where I kind of like analyze a dream I had, but you figured, I probably won't post it. Because it was it got a little too personal, and I decided no. So instead, I'm gonna make this video here. So if you are interested, you know, some gameplay in the background. It's just kind of me wandering around, sucking the life out of people, or you know, killing people. Oh, its head exploded. So sorry about the quality's not the greatest. It's not the greatest because I have resolution downscaling on, because I didn't know how bad my frame rate was going to be in this game, because I never bothered recording it before. So I just figured, you know what, for a test, if I want to record more, then I do have one more video after this, which I'll get to at the end, as far as continue on with this little bit here. But to catch things up with my own life, I am currently unemployed, thank God. I finally released myself from the place that I was currently employed at, which some of you know where that was at. I can tell you it was Best Buy, Geek Squad, and I am no longer employed there, and I feel like that is the greatest gift ever. No offense to Best Buy or Geek Squad, but the actual company itself, like Best Buy and Geek Squad, are both, honestly, they're both great. One of the better places I've actually worked at. It just ended up being the particular location that I was at was not one that was a cohesive and fluid environment for me to work in, and I got tired of it and left. And it's been great. Honestly, I've enjoyed relaxation and rest and just sort of time to myself to decompress from the amount of silliness that was going on. And I really don't want to go too much further into that because I don't like to talk about work outside of work. Unless it's like way long ago. So, considering that even though this was probably like a month ago, I think this week, it's still a hot no. It's still not something I'm going to talk about. I'll talk about when I probably get another job, maybe. But I don't think it's a smart idea to, you know, talk about either negative, you know, to talk negatively about a place that you used to work at. It's not professional, and it just doesn't sit right with me. I don't like to talk negatively about things I'm going to put up on the internet, because at that point it's like, people will hold it against you because they feel like 10 years ago you said that anime was dumb, and I'm like, yeah, 10 years ago I thought anime was kind of dumb. Now I go to anime conventions. What's your point? You know what I mean? Like, so the internet's a fun, mysterious place. I really hate these Berserker guys, so I execute that guy there because he was annoying me. I don't like him. How long is this video exactly? 19 more minutes? Well, I can easily come up with stuff to talk about for the next 19 minutes. And watch like 5 minutes later, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. So, I again wanted to post more content, but you can see, look, they all spawn. Every time I kill someone, they just whoop, 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 just whoop out of there. It's weird. But every time I go to post more content, I eventually just decide not to. Like, the thing is, I record the video, I just don't ever post it. And it's just kind of like the reason being is every time I do it, I just consider it like something a little personal. Like I'll say something, I'm like, oh yeah, I really just feel like I should probably just leave that out and not actually post that. Or like I'll do a 20-minute video and then it becomes one of those things where it's like, oh, I actually, I don't know, I just don't want to post it. If that means anything. Like this, I'll probably post because I really don't care. This is like gameplay that is literally just mindless me running around slashing people, which is fine. And then commentary that I can, you know, focus more on, kind of keep to myself and not say stupid stuff. Sorry. So that's going to, it's funny when I hear myself. So one thing I want to jump to, I'm going to turn the mic, I'm sorry if this sounds weird. But, I guess one thing that did happen recently is I did, get to have a conversation with my biological father, which kind of in a sense added a little bit of stress just because it was something that I didn't really know how to react to. I mean, neither one of us really did. Who I've never really had like a conversation with him as an adult. I mean, I've had conversations with him throughout my life. One time when my mom and my dad were going through some issues. My dad, I mean my stepdad, we're going through some issues, and so you know, I talked to him a little bit. I think I was like 6 at the time or something. And really since then I didn't ever talk to him. We talked a little bit over emails as of recently. You know, he came down to the wonderful state of South Carolina on business, and figured while he was down here he was gonna try to have a little bit of time to come see me, but I never really set up anything because I didn't really know what to expect, and I never really met this person in person, and after only communicating with emails for years, you know, I didn't really want to see someone in person. So, you know, I called him, I had a very long conversation, and you know, now I'm a little bit more inclined to say, yeah, sure, I'd meet this person in person, but you know, it's one of those kind of deals where there isn't really a right thing to do. It's just kind of do whatever you're most comfortable with, and never something I've kind of experienced, you know. To be honest, I never thought that I would ever even have the opportunity to see this person in person. But at the same time, you know, I'm 28, so, you know, I have my own life at this point, you know. I'm not like looking for a father, you know what I mean? Like I've already kind of got everything established, so I don't know. But I did build up, okay, so going back to the video, I built up Elven Rage because I wanted to show you what this was like. So everyone's spawning, go. And it's just me killing a whole bunch of people. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 27, 29, 30. Yeah, just a casual 32 kill streak, and I do stab that guy there, and I didn't mean to. You can see here I just kind of go back and forth between the two of them, because the game doesn't know what to do. It's that guy there in the barrel. He just keeps spawning more archers, and archers are miserable in this game mode to fight, by the way, if you haven't figured that out. Or in this game. They're just absolutely miserable. So yeah, I guess that was one thing that kind of happened recently. It did add a little bit of stress, but it's kind of something that I'm glad ended up kind of happening, because it was one of the things I've always kind of wanted to know, as far as like with my biological father. You just keep warping out of him, just whoop, whoop, whoop. So that ended up being a thing. So yeah, not having a job, which is honestly great. Like, I'd saved up enough money to be able to, I think, be okay to not have a job for a while. It's still not something that, it's still something where I'm desperately looking for a job, but I'm not like, if I don't get a job, going to die because I can't afford food. You know, my mother's been a fantastic help through all of this. You know, cooking me very, very nice meals whenever I go over to her house. I don't live with her, just so you understand. Like, haven't stooped to that level. I really wouldn't consider that stooping. It'd be more like kind of admitting defeat. But just me being as proud as I am, you know, having a little bit of pride there. I would never do that. So, because like I remember when my mom and my dad were actually getting a divorce, me and my mom went to an apartment where, I mean, yeah, it's one of those deals that, like, I could sit here and say like my life was shitty, but like that was like probably the shittiest point of my life when they were getting a divorce, because we didn't have anything, man. Like, there were weeks where I would buy a box of Pop-Tarts and that was my food for a week. Like, it was rough. We definitely could have been on food stamps, but neither one of us were. And in hindsight, that doesn't make sense. Like, we definitely should have, like, done that. Like, that sounds weird to say, but like, we should have been on food stamps. There's no reason we weren't. I don't know the like, I was coming over here to suck the life out of that guy, and he jumped over the wall. He ran away like a little girl. So, wait, run down a sexist. No, I'm not. I don't care. So I guess things that are coming up that I'm personally excited for. I'm personally excited to go up to Maryland to go see my friend Laspira, or Giggly, if you will. She's kind of cool. We're going to a convention and just kind of hanging around in the wonderful state of Maryland. Of course, the convention, I think, is in Pittsburgh. So, I'm trying to think of anything else that I have exciting coming up. Not really any games that I'm like paying much attention to. I'm really enjoying playing Shadows of War. I played the first one, played Shadows of Mordor, which was a lot of fun. It was more mindless fun. Like, it's just kind of something easy for me to turn my brain off. It really just reminds me of what it was like to play video games as a kid. Like, it's a game that I feel like I could play for hours, and I don't really feel that with a lot of games nowadays. When I was a kid, I feel like I could play any game for hours. Which is something that if there are any kids actually watching this video, is something that I feel like does change over time. It's just like the things that kind of hold your attention. I'll tell you guys a story. I remember a long time ago when I was working at, my first job ever was PetSmart, which by the way is an amazing first job, and like shout outs to Stephanie, who gave me my job there, who is a really bad manager, but like at least this was like 10 years ago. So 10 years ago she wasn't a very good manager. I don't know if she is now. I haven't met this woman since I was accidentally terminated. So, and whatever. Anyway, that's not the point of the story. I think that story is actually somewhere in my videos. You can look that up. But anyway, so I was a cashier at PetSmart, and one of our older cashiers, actually the person who's been there the longest, her name is Tracy, and I asked her like what she did over the weekend, and Tracy said, "Oh, I took my niece and nephew out to the park." And you gotta understand, I'm like, I think I was 17 at the time, and I remember looking at her and saying, "Oh, geez, I'm sorry. That sounds so boring." And she looked at me and she said, "What do you mean? How is, like, it's not boring. Like, that's something I find fun." And I remember looking at her and saying, "How do you find that fun? Like, how would you at all find taking somebody to the park fun?" And she's like, "Well, it's different. It's adult fun. Like, it's stuff that adults can find enjoyment in." And I remember thinking to myself, like, do adults just become, like, corrupted in this sense where they no longer understand what fun is? And the answer is no. So you have to understand, like, the things that I find fun now at 28, probably at 17, I would think are super duper weird. Because, like, with... Oh, do I actually get this suck off? I don't. Okay. I'm like, oh, that was a risky suck there. I'm watching the video with you guys. But anyway, so, like, the things I found interesting at 28 are the same things I find interesting at 17. You know, at 17 or even, like, 15, I could sit down and play video games for the entire day. I wouldn't even get up to go eat. I would just get so immersed. Okay, so this is our main antagonist. I want to introduce him. His name is Hork the Beheader. I killed him once before after he killed me twice, and of course he cheated death and is now back. So, he becomes the main antagonist for the rest of this video, which I think I have 9 minutes left in. And I'm going to continue to talk during it. I think, like, actual video, I think I have, like, 6 minutes left in. I don't know. But anyway. So, I can kind of understand how picking up your niece and nephew and taking them to the park is actually fun. Because it's one of those kind of deals where the things that we find fun are kind of being able to have other people also enjoy the same thing. Whereas when I was a kid, it's... I guess if you want to think of it like as a selfish type of mentality, I mean, I guess that's a way to describe it, but like, as a kid, you find things fun that are typically like geared towards you. Like, so let's say, for example, going to Chuck E. Cheese's, right? So, as an adult, now this is just one thing that's kind of probably just true for everybody, or every adult, going to Chuck E. Cheese was, like, isn't really that fun. but it's something that we, you know, as an adult, you do because you want to, like, you know, let your kids have fun. It's kind of more like, it's like a selfish fun kind of deal. So, I don't know. As an adult, I can understand how taking your kid to the park is something enjoyable. Or like taking your dog to the park. He one-shot me, by the way. Oh, I was salty. It's like, bullshit. Oh, yeah, jumping back to what I was saying. So talking to my dad, so like, I'm sorry, I'm kind of like over the place, but when my dad was talking to me, I was like, so, you know, what do you think about me? And he said, you swear too much. So, he basically said you swear too much online, which is fair, because I think I do swear, like, too much in general. So, I want to cut down on the swearing, because he's not the only person who's ever said it, but he's somebody who kind of, like, more or less just met me, and he said it, so I'm like, aw, jeez. I should definitely cut down on the swearing. My mom was pissed when I told her that too. She's like, "Oh, what did your dad say about you?" And I said, "Oh, he said I swear too much." And she's like, oh, "Are you swearing again?" And I was like, "What? You make it sound like smoking. It's not smoking or drinking. But it's just swearing." And she's like, "Are you swearing online?" And I said, "Well, yeah." And she's like, "Alex, kids watch your videos." And I was like, "No, what are kids doing watching my videos?" She's like, "You're playing video." Oh, I don't know how I missed that. You might make it better. I missed this too. Anyway, so she's like, "Alex, kids watch your videos." I'm like, "Why are they doing watch my videos?" She's like, "You're playing video games." And I was like, "Oh, well, that does make sense actually." So I will attempt to no longer swear ever again. I have said that like 10 times, and I have broken it each time just out of habit. I didn't realize it every time. And I mean not cut out like little words like, you know, damn or shit. Like, I mean all of the bad words. So this has been a serious challenge for me. That felt so good, by the way. It's weird. I'm like, man, I didn't know I swore this much. So thank you to him. Thank you to my dad for actually pointing that out to me, to Tony. So thank you. That's something I didn't really know. So yeah, you never really stop knowing yourself or getting better. I would say. So something else you learn as an adult is, yeah, I don't know why he had 2 interests. Yeah, something you learn as an adult is you're always trying to get better, which I tried to execute him here, and I didn't realize that was going to enrage him. Hi. Jump off the roof. Yay. What else has kind of happened as of late? My buddy went last night to go see the Avengers Endgame movie, so I'm hoping that's gonna be good. Yeah, I destroy that because I'm like hoping, oh, maybe like some Cazadors will arrive and they'll kick his butt for me, and they just target me. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be targeted. I'm just gonna leave. So I Assassin's Creed my way up here. My one complaint is the jumping in this game isn't really very good. Alex said, attempting to demonstrate it, my point exactly right there. So, but it's one of those things that, like, I know it comes with the territory. I kill the archers because the archers are annoying, and they just wreck everything that's not like Cazadors. And, he goes ahead and kills someone for me, which was nice. It's like, yay! This captain, though, he's a beast. You know, he's just wrecking. He's fighting 2 of them and just wrecking them. Now, granted, I could do that, but I'm also the PC. Ooh, speaking of PC, yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but D&D is so much fun. I really enjoy it. Not necessarily like the RP aspect of it, although I do enjoy that. Like, I do enjoy that to an extent, but like more like the idea that you could shape any story that you really want to with somebody, or like with a group of people. You know, everyone kind of tells a little bit of different part into it, and it really feels like a fun story. So, like a fun time. It's just like maybe something Dungeons and Dragons related, or like if no one's ever played Dungeons and Dragons before, to kind of like explain what it is, because I'll be honest, I didn't know what D&D was for the longest time. I'm like, I know it has something to do with like nerdy dice and you have to be a loser to play it, and You know, you can't have any friends, and if you do it, you renounce your girlfriend. I'm just being like negative, but like, I'll probably either talk about that in the next video, or I'll go off on a tangent and kind of talk about, I guess why. I'll probably talk about that actually. I don't know. We'll see. Because I'm gonna go ahead and record the second part of this after this video. But no, the two topics that I actually do want to talk about aren't anything that I could actually finish in this time. I tried to execute him again. This is back before I knew that he enraged off of me attempting to execute him. So he also has a longer enrage time. Yo, freaking. Man, gosh, I mean, oop, did I do it? I don't know if that counted. That's like saying cheese and crow, you know. It's not really a oh, did I miss? Yeah, it's not really like a swear. It's more like a half swear. You know, do those count, by the way? Like, do you guys consider that counting? Like, when I stub my toe and I just say, like, Fig Newton. Yeah, so I get mad there because I was mashing A to jump, but I didn't actually jump. And I died.
You just don't know when you're
Yeah, I got killed. But did those count? And do you guys think, like, if I stub my toe and I go Phineas, you know, does that count as swearing? I mean, like I think like the intent was there, wasn't it? Like to like relieve stress. It's just you didn't say a bad word. But you still said something in general. And when I was like talking to a kindergarten teacher, like they still punish kids for that because it's not necessarily the word you're saying, it's the intent behind it. So, I don't know. I kind of count that, but I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think, like, substituting words is bad? And again, like I say in all those types of videos where I do ask for comment feedback, I look forward to reading the comments. None of them. So, feel free to comment if you want to. I don't really care. I will read them. Like, I read every single YouTube comment ever posted. I've read every single one of them. So, if you do post a comment, I promise you I'll read it. It's like I've read almost every single. I feel like I've read every single text message ever sent to me. I don't know if I actually have, or every single message ever sent to me. I typically have read. So, I don't know. Put a comment if you want me to read it. If not, I probably won't. And maybe I'll respond. All right, I'm gonna go into the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.